Welcome to a new mini-series. In this series, we're going to step away from estimation of preferences or simulation of structural models and instead go back to a more fundamental econometrics problem, which is that of measurement error. A fundamental challenge that we might run into when trying to estimate preferences or other structural objects is that the key variables in our analysis might actually not be cleanly observable in the data. For example, a person's cognitive abilities or personality traits or their health status might profoundly impact their economic decision making, but we can never perfectly measure them. We might have test scores or survey responses or indicators of the person's health, but at the end of the day, these are just noisy measures of the true underlying factor that we want to get at. And there's a special class of econometric models called factor models that can be very useful for addressing these types of limitations. So over the next several videos, we'll introduce a framework that can be useful for accounting for these imperfectly measured variables in our analyses. And this will hopefully allow us to get better answers to our causal questions. Just to give you a roadmap of where we're headed, we'll start by introducing the fundamental econometric problem of measurement error, which you've probably seen before now, but we'll review it just to cement the fundamentals. And from there, we'll introduce two ways of reducing the dimensionality of a series of correlated variables that might be related to a common factor. The first one is called principal components analysis, or PCA, and the second one is called factor analysis. We'll compare and contrast those two methods, and then we will spend the rest of the series talking about factor models, as these are more amenable to some of the other modeling and estimation techniques that we've already covered so far. We'll discuss identification concerns and also techniques for estimating these factor models. And in the final set of videos, we will talk about recent applications of these approaches and how they can be useful in labor economics and education economics in particular, but also other domains. Our next video will cover proxy variables and measurement error and discuss a potential trade-off between omitted variable bias and attenuation bias that arises from using imperfect measurements. So I hope to see you in the following videos.